Hey, what's going on, guys? Andrew here, aka DFS Warstrike. I'm joined here by my good friend Cody, aka D Prodigy, and we're here breaking down the showdown for the Indianapolis Colts versus Tennessee Titans. Cody, what's going on, man?
So currently the video portion is not working for me, so my face is going to be out, but y'all can obviously hear my voice, so the content will be the same as you know. We're basically just going to go over our core plays, who we like, who we don't like, so on and so forth. This is a pretty straightforward slate to me with the Titans and the Colts, as we have a good Colts defense and the powerhouse of the offense for the Titans. So it's just going to be a battle to see who can break through first. So let's
Mhm.
just start at the very top with Ryan Tannehill. What are your thoughts on Ryan Tannehill up top?
I like Tannehill. The conservative will let me keep him. Mainly for the reason that you and I are on the same page with this is that I really want to pair him with AJ Brown. So I'll get as much as I can to pair Tannehill and AJ Brown together, mainly because that's probably my two favorite plays for a combination together. Um, I'll go over Derrick Henry. I think Indianapolis has had a good run defense this year. Derrick Henry at 10-8 to me is just, I think that's too expensive for somebody that to me is touchdown dependent for fantasy points wise. But out of those three, I love pairing Tannehill and AJ Brown together. What are your thoughts, Cody?
Same. I'm all over basically the Ryan Tannehill and AJ Brown stack. They have been basically just straightforward connecting
Right.
more so than Corey Davis. The Corey Davis and Tannehill just they cannot seem to click, even though Corey Davis is having good looks. It's just not as
Hmm.
consistent as he is with AJ Brown. The main guy that I wanted to focus on, which is going to be probably a hot take for y'all, is I'm going to try to fade Derrick Henry. He's just so inconsistent and touchdown dependent, and the touches are going down on him. I
Hmm.
mean, he's seeing over 20 carries a game, yes, but if you look at it, he's gotten down to now minimal 20 when it used to be 25, 26, up in that range. So they're obviously going down. And when you see him, he's only going to be in the end zone, which is so touchdown dependent, which that's scary to me because he you can see him have a game where he only got 8 points last game, and that's definitely
Right.
scary for him at his price point. What he can pay up for more and pay up for two QBs like in the cash game. So
Hmm.
my point of view on Derrick Henry is I'm probably going to fade him. I'm not on the Derrick Henry train whatsoever, especially against this Colts defense that's pretty good. So I think me and you are on the same page. What are your thoughts on Derrick Henry?
Yeah, like we both said before, I think he's too touchdown dependent, and he's playing a good Indianapolis run defense, and I think this defense has pretty much proven throughout the year that they can just stop just about anybody. I'm hoping these words don't come back to haunt us again, but I am fading Derrick Henry, just because I think he's too touchdown dependent, and I just don't see this working. So I'd rather pair it up with Tannehill and AJ Brown and just pay down.
Yeah, I'd much rather do that because I feel like the combo of Tannehill and an AJ Brown is pretty good to me. So I
Right.
wouldn't mind putting AJ Brown. I think in the captain slot, that's where I'm looking at because I typically
Yeah, I'm
my
the same way.
strategy in general is typically not to have a QB in the captain slot because that's how everybody
Hmm.
is. You want to be different, obviously. You want to get that single bullet basically takedown. So in order to do that, I typically try to play a running back and wide receiver in the captain slot rather than a QB. So AJ Brown is probably the way I'm going to go in the captain slot with the Ryan Tannehill combo, and then to talk about on the Colts side, we have Philip Rivers. So Philip Rivers, as you've seen him, obviously everybody has. He's not the same quarterback as he was on the Chargers. He's not looking the same. He's just a little bit basically scared in the pocket to me. He's I mean, as you can tell by the stats, he's had a 22-point game, then he's had an 8-point game. He's so basically up and down that you just don't know what you're going to get. But this matchup to me is a good one for him because they're going to be basically he's going to have T.Y. Hilton there. But what scares
Right.
me is Desmond King. Desmond King is now on the Titans. And literally in the first game that he's played on, he got an interception and took it all the way back to the house. Desmond King from the Chargers, if you remember him.
Right.
So basically, T.Y. Hilton will be covered by Desmond King. which that scares me a lot in that cornerback matchup. So I'm gonna probably look to a guy like Zach Pascal if I'm gonna pair Philip Rivers with a receiver, because
Right,
that's where I'm gonna look at is the easier quarterback or cornerback matchup. So
right.
T.Y. Hilton's scary to me, even though he's an elite player. He just hasn't been the same this season. Now he's in a horrible quarterback matchup. Give me Zach Pascal and Philip Rivers if I had to
Yeah.
pick. What are your thoughts on that
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
situation?
To pair with Rivers, I'm on the same exact page. I'd rather have Zach Pascal. I just think he's a better between Rivers with Hilton and Pascal. I think the connection's just working better with Pascal. I think he's seeing more targets than Hilton as well. Doesn't he lead the team in yards?
He does.
I
Yes.
I think he does. So like yeah, like I mean I like Zach Pascal over Ty. I do like Jonu Smith too. I think we kind of overlooked him. I don't think he's a bad play. The only thing that kind of scares me with Smith is the receptions, like the targets. He just doesn't really see that much, but he tends to make the most out of his receptions. But yeah, I'm on the same boat as you. I like Pascal if you're going to pair somebody with Rivers. I think that would probably be the best two combinations for there. Um, but really moving down, I'm kind of against. I don't know. I don't really like anybody that's sitting here. Trey Burton, I do like if Ali Cox is out. Now I do like to play. I would like to play Ali Cox tomorrow. I think he's a good play. For 4,800 especially. He should be playing because I think he practiced Wednesday. Yeah, he was a full participant last week. 3 targets, 3 catches, 43 yards. You said they did split the snaps
They
with
did
Trey
50
Burton.
50. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Ali Cox was fitting better from last week, so I would like to see him get more reps here because if you see Trey Burton only had the 1 reception on 4 targets for 6 yards. So I do think Ali Cox will probably see a little bit more playing time. But Cody, what are your thoughts here in this range?
So basically, if you scroll up top, we had Jonathan Taylor that we skipped over
Right,
on accident. Jonathan
right,
Taylor, that whole situation on the running back is sketchy to me. So Jonathan Taylor, his snaps went down. He only had 6 rushing attempts. So as you can tell, the ankle is still kind of an issue, and they're not trusting him as much. So it's basically a situation where you see it with the Patriots, you see it with the Bills, where they have a trio of running backs that are basically just all getting the carries and the receptions of the backfield. So I'm staying away from that because if you saw last night with the Patriots game, you had Rex Burkhead just come out of nowhere, basically,
right.
and just led the team. So when you had Damian Harris, when you had James White, so on and so forth. So I see a similar situation with the Colts basically in that, and that's a problem to me because you don't know who you're going to get. If I had to
Mm-hmm.
pick a wideout, I mean not a wideout, my bad, a running back, it would be Wilkins. I trust him a lot more. I think he's a better pass catching option. I like him better than Naeem Hines. Naeem Hines is a better, I think, running back wise, but Jordan Wilkins can just do it all, in my opinion. I mean, you see him have 11 rushing attempts, 2 receptions, 2 targets. I mean, the targets are low, yes,
The week before too.
but yeah, the I mean, you've seen him have upside, and the ceiling's higher on him. So I'd much
Yeah,
rather have
he's
Wilkins
getting
at the
playing
same
time.
at only 5,400 compared to Jonathan Taylor all the way up top. Give me Jordan
Yeah,
Wilkins with the value play. So that's where I'm looking at that. I agree with you completely with Mo Alley Cox. The only thing that scares me is the 50-50, but I think that will
right.
basically
How do you feel? How do you feel about Johnson?
Okay, so Marcus Johnson, I think is another interesting situation with me with the Colts
Right,
is the wide receivers. So they have so many receivers that Bill Rivers is going to have to throw
yeah,
the ball to so many of them in order for them to produce. But he's not
right.
that good of a quarterback in order to do that. So that's
Mm-hmm.
what scares me. It's not like a Kansas City situation where they have Hardman, they have Hill, they have everybody, Demarcus Robertson, but they have Patrick Mahomes who feeds in the ball. So
Right.
this is a hard situation for me to judge. That's why I'm all in on the Titans stack, even though the defense of the Colts is really good. So that's where I'm trying to be different on is if I had to do somebody on the Colts, it would be Philip Rivers with Pascal and give me Jordan Wilkins basically if I had to do that with the Rivers and be in the GPP wise, that's where I would go to is be different with the Colts and have a Wilkins, have a you a Pascal, and have you a Phil Rivers stack trio.
Right. Right.
So, what are your thoughts on the receivers?
I'm on the same boat as you. I think Indianapolis has too many weapons. I would rather drop down to somebody like Wilkins. The only reason why I would like to take a shot with Ali Cox is because he is 4,800. I think that is a decent price. I just with Jack Doyle being out, I just one of these two, Burton or Cox, I just have a feeling one's going to be able to score. I'm hoping it's Mo right here because I mean, over the last couple weeks, he seems like he's making the most of his targets. So like that would be the only reason why I would ride Ali Cox here. Johnson's interesting because of the targets, but I just you can see he's not really making the most of them besides against Cincinnati. But I feel like this defense is better than what that was. So just rolling here. I'm kind of on the same boat with you, but except for I don't mind an Ali Cox play. Now if he's somehow out, I'm all in on Trey Burton.
Same.
Like I think Trey Burton's a great play as long as
He's
he's out because then,
he's a
then he's gonna get
lock.
all the reps.
He's
Right.
definitely a lock.
So then he'll get all the reps there. Um, Going down a little bit, I don't play defenses in this. I really don't play kickers if I can avoid it at all costs, unless I just think it's not going to be a touchdown game. Like here, I'm probably not really going to play kickers that often because neither one of these kickers really stand out to me either. As I'm dropping down here, really the only other play for me here is Berkshire. He sees targets like you see, like right here, he had six. I mean, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of him either. I don't really see much value in this slate, in my opinion, just to me. But if I had to drop down to this price point, I think Ferkster at 2,200 is a decent play. But what are your thoughts for any value that's down here, Cody?
See, I'm definitely on for Skirt. I like him a lot as a value. I think that
Right,
he's just all around a good player. He's all around
right,
getting you. I mean, we've seen him have run attempts. We've seen him in the backfield. We've seen him as a receiving option. He's more than a tight end. He's an all
right.
around guy like Taysom Hill, but he can't put the ball,
Yeah,
obviously. But he's an all around
right.
guy. So him and where's my boy Pittman at? I know he's down low.
Let's have him.
Go up.
Mm, 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 mm.
I know he's there somewhere. Cheap. Yeah,
Pittman Jr. right there.
there you go. So Pittman Jr. So go ahead and click on him for me if you don't mind.
Hmm.
So basically, as you can tell, he's getting the targets. He's back. He's ready to go. He's healthy. He's got you seven
Hmm.
targets last game. He caught four of them. Two of them were just hard throws by Philip Rivers that just would not look good. So I don't blame him for missing those. But Pittman
Hmm.
Jr., I think he's an all around dude that is ready to go when he's now that he's healthy, and I like him a lot as a value. I think that he's better than Marcus Johnson, and there's the Colts staff is seeing that, and I see him
Hmm.
getting more reps. I see Pittman Jr. as definitely a value if you're going to be a GPP guy, and block him in as a GPP value. I like him a lot. I think that he can come out on top at only 4,400 as a value and exceed that easily. So basically my overview of the slate would be in GPP, play the Colts and go from there. In cash, I think you play your Titans
Right.
and play your Philip Rivers with a low owned guy like Pittman or Pascal, and then
Hmm.
try to just go from there. What are your thoughts overall on this slate?
Overall on this slate, I'm the same as you. I like Tennessee for cash. I like Indianapolis if you're going to go GPP. Um, Really here, these are probably the two that I'm going to build most of my lines around, and it's going to be really in this particular order with putting AJ Brown at captain with Tannehill in the flex. I typically don't like to give out my captain plays, but AJ Brown's just putting up really good numbers, and that's really where I'm gonna. I mean, look at the targets in this dude: 9, 7, 8,
Exactly.
7. Like that 9, 8. Like the least he's seen is 7 this year, and he's very touchdown. Like I mean, he's scoring pretty much every week he's playing.
He's on a
So like I
streak.
mean, literally, yeah, literally, like it's just besides week one, he's scored every game he's played. So like I'm high on AJ Brown in the captain spot with Tannehill behind them too for the combination. So like those are the two that I'm pretty much going to build all my lines around because I really see success even if AJ Brown and Tennessee Titans lose. I see success coming from Brown at least. But overall, like I think you and I are pretty much on the same page when it comes to this. It's pretty straightforward, and that's really going to be it for me. I'm good.
So basically, like I said, guys, so in GBPs, play your Colts and cash, play your Titans. Don't try to be risky and play a guy like Raymond. Don't go down there play a guy like that. I mean, Humphrey's news is definitely
That
intriguing now.
that's something that kind of opens up Fursker too,
Exactly.
with Humphreys not playing.
So given that Humphreys is out, I wouldn't play Raymond. I just think that he's just not producing like he should. I'd much rather play Fursker. But other than that, we shouldn't really have any late breaking injury news unless something with COVID happens, as we saw
Right.
with McCole Harmon now having COVID. I mean, there shouldn't be any news breaking other than just watch for the Mo Alley Cox news. Make sure he is in line playing. If he's
Which
not, obviously
he should
he
be
should. If he's
to be
not,
full
then
practice.
yeah, if he's not, then lock in
Fully.
Trey Burton. Other than
Right.
that, there's really no injuries that you should be on the lookout for because we already know Humphreys is out and that news already broke. But other than that, guys, it pretty much wraps it up for me. Any last thoughts for you, man, before we close this out?
No, I'm good. Good luck, guys. Hope you guys cash. Let us know how you do. Take care, guys.
See you.